Welcome to BigBadDad TV. Today I thought I'd show you my video equipment. You know, it doesn't cost a lot of money to be involved on YouTube, and today I'll show you. Stick with me. Okay, thank you for joining me. Just like the title said, I'd like to go over a couple thoughts and ideas about starting a YouTube channel. If you've watched my 5 Minutes with BigBadDad series, episode 1, you know why I started doing this. Quick little recap, I just challenged my children that I could do this, and if I could do it, anybody could do it. So I pretty much started off with exactly what I have. I'm still using those. I bought a couple extra items that make the videos just a little bit better, but I'm still on a budget, still creating things. And I thought it'd be a good idea to show you guys out there, if you're interested in something like this and thought that you just don't have the equipment to do this, it's going to cost a lot of money, whatever, or if you don't even know how to do it, that you can still do it, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I'll just go over everything we do with. Now, I videotape all my video with my iPhone 7. I've got one here. I'm doing this with my wife's iPhone 7. And it does a good job. Now there's some weaknesses and things like this, the limitations that I can do, but as you can tell, the video's not bad. You know, I would like to get better at this and do other things and have other equipment and grow. But until that point comes up, if the channel doesn't take off or whatever, I don't need to spend that money if I don't have to. So that takes care of the video part. The iPhone does great. You'll learn how to set it up. It is kind of controllable. And there's editing powers within it that help you do low light situations and things like this. Again, it won't be as good as a DSLR camera or something specifically made to do videos with, but it does a great job. I'm very happy with it. Has a nice wide angle lens and things like this, so it doesn't have a problem doing what that needs. Again, I already had the phone. I don't really call that a cost to do this. I had it. I was doing it for pictures and making phone calls and being my little calendar and things like this, but so I consider that free. I've already got the phone. It videotapes just fine. The other thing that the the iPhones don't do very well is record. There's a lot of background noise, a lot of this, so you do have to go out and get some microphones if you really want your video audible. I have two types. I've got the iRig Lapel Microphone that I've got on right now. That's pretty good for quiet situations and things like this. I am outside. You will hear some bugs squeak and birds chirp. This will pick that up. And if my neighbor dog comes out and starts barking like a crazy dog like he always does, you're definitely going to hear that. But in quiet situations, this lapel microphone right here does everything I need it to do. Pretty good sound, and it's inexpensive. This thing was less than $20. I think it was closer to $15. But I'll put links all down in the description that shows you exactly where I got these and what they cost. Comes with a this brand, the iRig. I like it because the cord is pretty long enough to hide if I need to, and like now it's long enough to come underneath, and I pin it right under my shoulder, trying to block some sound out here. But it does a really great job, and it's really inexpensive. The other microphone I got for really outdoor use is the Rode video mic. That comes with this, I think they call this a dead cat that you put over the top, that helps the sound, the wind, not break through. It works very, very well. And what a shotgun mic does is it shoots like a shotgun. It takes most of the sound directly from here, and a lot of the sound coming from the sides or the back is kind of filtered out. It's still there, but if you're in a noisier area outside and there's bird chirping, dogs barking, cows going by, point this at your subject or your face or whatever you're going to be videotaping, and it does a really good job of projecting your voice, but not projecting everything else. It'll still be there, but it's not noticeable, and it adds kind of a little nice ambiance to a lot of the videos that I do that I kind of like. The limitation of this is it's the farther away you are, the less sound it gets. But it will pick up good sound, I think, farther away than the lapel mic will. So this is something that you can mount on your video. I use either a tripod or I have a gimbal that I use that I can mount this next to it so it sits, you know, when I'm videotaping kind of like this underneath the microphone and points out to where I need, so as you turn it can use. Again, this thing right here was, I believe, $59 or $60, right around there. There's some off brands that are low as $23 that get really good reviews. that work great, and some feel that it works better than the Rodes, but I took some advice of some other YouTubers that I follow and went ahead and got this. I figure it's worth the $56. Make a note that if you buy one of these for your smartphone, you have to get this attachment. I believe it's a T1 or whatever adapter. I will link this in my links too. The standard one that comes with it are made for DSLR cameras and video cameras. This will not work on the iPhone or smartphone. You need a different adapter to make these things work. No big deal. It's still, I think this was $9 when I got it. The other thing that you have to have is you don't have to, but it really helps out, is a little tripod. This thing's able to fold up, bend, be anywhere. I can put the camera here. It goes up and down. Things like this. This is very inexpensively made, or not expensively made, it's very inexpensive. It's actually made okay. It survived a whole summer of me videotaping with it. Again, this was still under $20. It's great because you're able to set up and set your camera still, like this. There's nothing more irritating for people that are watching your videos that you're shaking all over the place. People understand within, some of the things you're doing that there's going to be movement, but if you can just steady your camera, steady your phone, it really makes a big improvement on your video. The other thing that I found out is just when you're running your phone like on here and you are walking, the difference between holding this on here and walking versus trying to hold the camera and walk is night and day. It's 1,000 times less shaky on this, and it actually does pretty good. And you can train yourself, and you'll learn how to move around and pan slowly, that you keep yourself steady, and it actually makes pretty good pictures. My first video I ever did, the Kobalt lawn mowing review, that whole thing we did on this. Yeah, it is a little shaky from time to time, but I walked around with it. I had my son hold it like this and shoot when I was moving, and I think it's more than acceptable. I haven't had anybody complain about that as being unwatchable. But for the price, you can make great video. And as you can see, what I've bought is very inexpensive. And again, I'll total this all up in the descriptions that for very minimal money, you can get started. Honestly, all I had when I first started was my phone, this right here, and this microphone. And that first video I did, like I said, with a Kobalt lawnmower review, check it out, please. I did it with just these three things, and it turned out well. Now that I've gotten a little bit more involved, done more videos, I've done some videos at different times of the day and in my house. I've got natural lighting out here, and actually I'm backlit pretty good. I do have a little one of these little lights that it's actually right here. You can see the reflection. If I don't have it, I'm kind of backlit, so I put it on so my face is not backlit and it looks a little better. I didn't have that until a couple weeks ago. Once I started doing a lot of videotaping inside, the lights I were using, at night, were just my lights I had laying around the house. I'd get a lamp here and a lamp there, and just kind of surround myself with it, and it made a great video. You can do that. Don't be scared to do that. I just thought that it casted a little too many shadows as I was moving my hand, as I was getting in my face and things like this. So I decided to go out and go ahead and purchase these. I got two of these. It's battery powered. Big batteries are the same batteries that go in Sony camcorders and old Sony cameras, and they're rechargeable. This thing's very bright. I can turn it from the bright white, which this is, to the amber, more of a a little warmer color for inside. Does a great job. They were $39 a piece, and they come with the light. They come with a little mounting thing. They're not the greatest quality in the world. The stuff is a little chintzy as far as the connection goes, but the product itself does really well. And then I mount it to this tripod and keep it steady. I did go out and buy a little 7-foot tripod, collapsible tripod from Amazon to hold my other lights, so I can get it up high and one down low. That thing was $14. Again, it's not the greatest one in the world. If I was out shooting things for Time Magazine and at Mount Everest, I would not take this thing with me, this tripod with me. It would absolutely not survive that trip. But for around the house, it's got great reviews. There's like 1,500 people have bought this thing, and they all love it for the price. So again, I'm able to lighten up my videos, especially inside. I'm able to light my face up for backlight now outside, and it's not real expensive. Again, you don't need it. I didn't need any of this stuff when I first started. The other aspect that you'll need is just some video editing software. You can buy anything you want. You can spend thousands of dollars on that kind of stuff. You can spend marginal money. I did some research online and looked up some free stuff on YouTube, and I used HitFilm 4 Express. It's a free deal. The base package is able to do everything that I'm able to do. I'm able to make lightning and edit and do things and bring music in and do effects and things like this. And yes, it is limited compared to the other ones, but it's free. And it's great. I didn't even know how to do anything. I did not need to go out and spend any money on Photoshop or anything like that until I learned how to do this and found out if I enjoy it. Now the great thing is I do enjoy it tremendously, and I'm going to keep doing this. But that program enables you to do everything you would ever need to do in this context, and a lot more than that. It also enabled me to be able to make my logo, this shirt. I made that on that free program, and you're able to copy it down as a GIF or a GIF or a ping or whatever, and you can download those to other sites to print up these shirts. I made my logos for all the intros to BigBadDad and my theme songs, and the ending where I can brand my stuff consistently across the board. So that was a lot of fun. It allowed me to be creative. And again, that costs $0. The last thing I would suggest when you get into it a little bit is a gimbal. I can't show you what that gimbal is now, but I'll show you in the descriptions. I have a Moza Mini-Me gimbal that is on right now that's videotaping this. What a gimbal is a 3-axis stabilizer that as you walk around, it gyros, do all their little things, and keeps your phone very, very steady. And you're able to pan and turn and do other things with that are pretty cool. Once you get one, you'll see what I'm talking about. But again, you don't need it, but this gimbal costs $109. It's got great reviews. This thing does all kinds of stuff, but there's several other brands out there that range from the $100 thing up to $200. You can go a little bit more expensive than that, but I don't think you ever need something like that for a smartphone. Once you got into other types of cameras, then yes, there's some really cool stuff you can do that kind of stuff. But those get real expensive. Again, you don't need that to get started. I just got that halfway through this my second video when I went on a trip to Santa Fe. Check that video out too. But I was doing a lot of walking around with my kids and things like this, so I got one of those for that trip. I love it. I would, if I didn't have it, I'd still be doing it. I'd be using this guy right here, and he does just a great job. But this allows you to expand yourself a little bit. So even if you get out there and you start basically like I did and find out if you like it, this stuff's inexpensive. You can add as much as you want, but there's inexpensive parts that you could buy that really add to your videos. It's really cool. Little research on YouTube. Watching this video helps. I watched YouTube and got other people's thoughts on what's a great starter equipment that you could use to start your channel. So anyway, I think that's it. As you can see, I'm enjoying this. Please like and share and leave me feedback on my channel. I'd like to help this thing grow. I'm going to sit here now. You can probably hear that airplane going over too. That's where this lapel mic kind of isn't as good as that shotgun mic. But anyway, like and share. Leave me feedback. Let me know. Again, like I always said, I'm new to this. I'm getting better every day. I enjoy it tremendously. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and hope this video does something for you. Check out the descriptions below. I have links to everything where you can see and go check out the equipment I'm using. Kind of a budget-minded deal. And there's links down there that'll enable you to go to Amazon and buy those through those links. And I'd appreciate it if you would check those out. Okay, and I think that's about it. Like always, remember our BigBadDad channel motto of faith, family, and fun. You live by those 3 things, guys, they'll get you anywhere you need to go. I'm done here. I want to go throw the ball with my dog and play fetch with her and have a great day. I hope you will too. You guys be good. Let's go.